I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. I need time and space to work on myself. Did you hear those words from your avoidant ex when they abruptly ended the relationship, only to find them back on the dating apps shortly thereafter? Sometimes even the next day, they're back on the dating apps already after they just told you that they weren't ready for a relationship. So what the heck do they actually mean? Well, what they really mean is that they're not ready for a deep relationship. They're not ready for a relationship that involves emotional intimacy. They're not ready for a relationship where there's vulnerability. They're not ready for a relationship where there are expectations, needs, and emotions that are actually put on them. They're not ready for a relationship that involves and requires communication about feelings, needs, and boundaries. What they are ready for is a relationship that is surface level. They are ready for a connection that does not involve expectations. They're ready for something that is light and easy and not deep. This is a person that relies heavily on external validation. So jumping back onto the apps is that perfect source of that light surface level validation. They're not ready for the deep relationship that was actually growing with you. They're ready for something surface level. No matter who they're getting engaged with when it comes to communication and dating on this app, it's surface level. They don't know this person yet. There's no real threat of emotional intimacy early on. There's no expectations early on. It fulfills all of their needs without actually getting too close. And when that gets too close, you'll likely push that person away as well. Now, the dating apps also provide a distraction, a method of avoiding that dopamine, that validation that they get, the activity of being on the app and dating and maybe dating somebody new. It's a distraction so they don't have to face the emotions of the breakup with you. They don't have to take accountability for the way they hurt you because they're avoiding, because that's what dismissive avoidants do. They avoid. This is a person that was on the receiving end of consistent childhood emotional neglect. Their feelings were not even remotely considered as a child. They had their feelings dismissed, rejected. They weren't given nurturing, often growing up in households where you just don't talk about feelings. The thing is, they personalize that, feeling it must be something wrong with them. That's why they're not getting the love. They grow up to feel defective, like they're inherently unlovable. It's a wound of shame. And they carry this shame to being an adult. And that's why they put up walls around their heart, because their fear that largely lies in the subconscious, although some are consciously aware of it, the fear is if I let my partner in, my partner's gonna figure me out and I'll be exposed as being defective and unlovable. So that's why emotional closeness feels unsafe. Their subconscious mind directly associates it with rejection and abandonment. But emotional distance feels safe because they don't risk getting exposed if they have their partner at an emotional distance. So the relationship with you was building emotional intimacy. You were actually starting to make them feel deeper feelings, and that triggered them because emotions weren't safe for them as a kid, and they still harbor those same fears. It triggers every bit of anxiety in their nervous system. Their entire limbic system is on fire because things are getting too real with you. So they feel like they're not ready for it, and they communicate that to you. But the thing is, they're ready for validation. They rely heavily on it because they have a low self-esteem and a lack of self-worth at their core. So they need that external validation to feel better about themselves, and that dopamine helps numb those painful emotions. So it's not that you did anything wrong. It's not that you weren't good enough for them. What it really is that this person doesn't have the capacity to do a healthy relationship. They don't have the capacity or the desire to do a deep relationship. What they do want is a surface level connection. And that is not your fault. You were not in their childhood creating those attachment wounds. So don't blame yourself. It has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with their attachment wounds, their insecurities, and yes, their character. So don't blame yourself.